In this video, I'm going to teach you how to use the chef knife. I love the chef knife, and you should too. The #1 food item cut in every single kitchen is vegetables, and this is your vegetable chopping machine. It can be a little bit overwhelming if it's a little bit larger than what you're used to, but getting good at using this knife will change your life in the kitchen. In this video, I'm going to share with you the 2 chopping techniques that are going to make your life so much easier and better. So with a larger knife like this, it's really important to understand how to grip your chopping knife. Instead of gripping it like you would a trimmer, like we went through earlier before, a boning knife, or really any other Cutco, you're going to want to pinch up on a chopping blade. It gives you a lot more surface area on there to grip onto versus other knives, and this is really where you can control it. I see a lot of people who will use their finger when they point, and when you do this, you actually lose entire control over the knife. When you do what's called the pinch grip and just comfortably wrap the rest of the fingers around the blade, I can actually control the entire knife with just these 2 fingers. So much more control, so much easier. This tip alone is going to help you out a lot. For the 2 cuts that we're going to do that are going to change your life, the first cut is going to be known as the locomotive cut. They just say that because it cuts in a circular motion like a locomotive. You can see where my hand and the blade are just simply resetting over and over. With something like a celery, this makes quick and easy work. And when I cut down and push forward, you're not getting those annoying little celery strings or onion bits or other parts of your food that are annoyingly stuck together. This technique works really well if you have multiple different things like green onions together as well too. Just simply bunch together, move your fingers a little bit further back, and grab your food like a claw. If you're feeling really comfortable, you can actually use the tips of your fingers to guide the face of that knife. Not everyone's gonna feel comfortable with this at home, so if that's you, just grip your food confidently and keep them far back. You can see how this locomotive cut is making quick and easy work of these these green onions. Excuse me. The next cut we're gonna do is actually gonna be known as the rocking cut. I'm gonna place part of my hand, my fingers, my palm of my hand, or some other form and simply just rock the knife back and forth. I'm gonna keep this point right where it is and just simply pivot my hand in a back and forth motion. When done appropriately, this will actually allow you to make smaller dices and chops when you're making things like soup, stuffing, stir fry, or just trying to make food easier and more presentable. With that back and forth rocking cut, you can actually get those really small cuts that you're looking for in garlic and onions. It's very tempting to want to scrape with your blade, but this will dull your Cutco. Instead, turn it over and scrape with the back of your knife. Simply reset. The knife is not coming up off the cutting board. No crazy hacking, whacking, or chopping with this knife. Anything that you would be doing crazy whacking, hacking, and chopping, say frozen foods, big cuts of meat, I would recommend something more like the butcher knife. By using that, you're gonna avoid getting little chips and dinks along your blade on your vegetable knife, and you're gonna keep it sharper so much longer. For stuff like raw meat, instead of using a Petite Chef, a 7-inch Santoku, or another chopper, I recommend using the boning knife. By avoiding using this on raw meat, cooked meat, bones, or frozen foods, this knife is going to be lasting up to 3 to 5 years of sharpness in your kitchen. Now you should feel a lot more comfortable with using the knife. Now here's the thing, it's gonna feel a little bit weird at first. So just keep going slow, and slowly you're gonna get better at it. Keep it up. I hope you got a lot out of this video, and I would love to hear from you. What do you love using this piece for? What questions do you have about this piece? Post them in the comments below because I want to hear from you. Thanks for joining us for this video, and if you got anything out of it, make sure to hit that like button and that subscribe button, and make sure to share with others. The whole goal here is to make your time in the kitchen as easy as possible and make the time you spend in the kitchen as enjoyable as possible. We'll see you in the next video, and until then, remember, it's not the food that you serve on the table that matters most, it's who you share it with.